we're going swimming. We're going down to the pool. There's an adult pool and a family pool, so I think we'll check them both out, but mostly we're gonna go in the hot tub. So you can enter from over there. And then the family pool's right over here on the other side. And this is the family pool. There's a little gelato cart over here. You can get vanilla, strawberry, mango, coconut, passion fruit, and mint chocolate chip. Before we had to pull, we're at Bar Riva, and I got the non-alcoholic hibiscus coconut refresher. Hi friends! We just got back from swimming and I took a shower, and we ended up getting a Rise of the Resistance boarding group. I think I told you that earlier, but we weren't sure if we were gonna get it. Well, we did. So I sped through doing my hair, doing my makeup, and we are headed over to the Skyliner to try and catch the boarding group. We have an hour window, so I think maybe we have like 30 minutes, 20 minutes or so to get over there. I think it's enough time, but we'll see. So after we go on the ride, we have reservations at Wolfgang Puck in Disney Springs. So we're gonna take a lift over there because it'll just be easier than coming back to the resort and getting the shuttle. We'll just bop right over to Springs and be there for the rest of the night. We are moving right along, even though we got stuck in our cabin on the Skyliner. We tried to get off at Caribbean Beach Transfer and the door did not open. The cast member didn't even see us. We were like banging on the door like, let us out. They let us out finally. So we're here. Let's go to Star Wars Land. We are gonna enjoy the ride. It is our first time. We'll tell you what we think after. As normal, there's a million POVs of this. If you want to see it, go check one out. Friends, we are in Springs, checking into our dinner reservation at Wolfgang Puck. Oh, that's a mini tree. So we have a little time until a dinner reservation. So we're gonna be going into coach. We're just waiting in line because there's max capacity at this time. So 2 more parties before we can get in. first got the tuna tartare here at Wolfgang Puck. Next up, we got the bruschetta. We got the mushroom pizza, but per our server's recommendation, we added sausage. Phil, what is that?
Tagliatelle.
Tagliatelle. It looks delish. Phil saved some of the pizza ends for bread for dipping, any extra sauce. And then I got the pork chop. Apparently it was the last one. We just finished up at Wolfgang, and we'll give you a review a little bit later, our thoughts on the meal, but we are going to try to get some cookies at Gideon's. We're going to try to go to the ganachery, and if Gideon's doesn't work, we're going to go to Sprinkles. So let's get a move on.
You missed that this guy was jamming out. There was like a little baby.
Alright guys, we are back in the room. We're gonna eat these Gideon cookies in bed. So let me show you what we got. So this is how they come wrapped. And we got all of the regular cookies, but we got 2 chocolate chips because I'm sure those are just delicious. Let's dive into these. Alright, we are gonna start with the classic chocolate chip. Chocolate chip, broken in half, super dense, delicious looking. Okay, so this thing is on the cusp of cookie dough, which I absolutely love. Phil said it and I totally agree. This is probably the best chocolate chip cookie I've had in my entire life. So much chocolate chip. So doughy and thick. It's delicious. Okay, this one here is the cookies and cream. Mind you, these are almost half a pound each. So the cookies and cream has like crushed Oreo cookie all around it, and then it has Oreos inside of it. I don't normally, like, I love Oreos, but cookies and cream isn't something I always go towards. That is amazing. That is, the doughiness, it's like cookie dough meets Oreo cookie. It is a masterpiece. So this is pistachio, toffee, chocolate chip. I love all of these things, so I'm really excited to have them together. So according to Gideon's, this is their single most popular cookie. So let's see if it's popular with the Murphy home. Well, that is delightful. So you basically got your amazing chocolate chip cookie, nice dough, you know, cookie dough, nice and soft, chocolatey. Then you have the pistachio, nice salty pistachio. There's extra salt in this cookie. I love salt in my sweets. I haven't gotten the toffee in every bite, and I haven't gotten the pistachio in every bite. So they come in and kind of like mix the taste up a little bit. Toffee, nice and rich. You know, that kind of caramely toning to it. I could totally understand why this is a favorite. To me, this is like a perfect dessert. Super sweet, super salty. All right, next one we're gonna try is the peanut butter cookie. So it looks like your chocolate chip. Look at all that salt. Give me all the salt. It's going to be so good with the peanut butter. And then probably same kind of dough, but maybe the dough has a little peanut butter in it. Might be hard to tell because there's so many chips. So this has both the peanut butter chips and peanuts in it, which adds a nice crunch texture. Fairly certain the dough is also peanut butter. It has that Christmas peanut butter cookie dough to it. This has that great peanut butter cookie flavor. You know the peanut butter cookies that you do like the fork press on them? Just like that, but the chips and the nuts just had a nice texture to it. This one isn't as cookie dough-esque. It feels, now it's not dry, but it feels drier than the other ones. But that could be because of the peanuts and all of the chips in it. It's so good also. All right, and our last one here. Oh, the salt. It's a triple chocolate with salt on it. Love. Guys, this thing looks practically like a brownie on the inside. And it literally is. That is a chocolatey cookie. That is a, you know, it's just like so much chocolate, but it is delicious. Honestly, all of these cookies, delicious. I personally like all of them. There was no flavors here that I personally wouldn't enjoy. So if you have the opportunity to go to Gideon's, you love chocolate chip cookies the most, you love peanut butter cookies the most, like get whatever flavor interests you, and it probably will be the best cookie of that kind that you've had. If I had to pick a favorite of these, I would probably pick the pistachio toffee because I love pistachio, I love toffee, and it also is, I would say, the most unique of the ones here. I don't think I'm going to get a better cookie anywhere than in any of the flavors, but I'm not going to get a pistachio toffee most places. So that's probably the one I'd lean towards. And you can't go wrong with any of them though. Well guys, that about does it for tonight. We have not reviewed Wolfgang yet. I think we'll do that tomorrow. I want Phil to be in on this one because we have reviewed 2 restaurants in a row and he hasn't given any thoughts on them. And I want him to be able to give his insight on Wolfgang. So I will probably pop that clip in right here of us talking about Wolfgang. This is Pauline and Phil from the future. I want to tell you about our dinner at Wolfgang Puck.
Don't go there.
I will preface this. We went on a pretty busy night at Disney Springs, but it was a Monday.
Yeah, just a random Monday night. People were out spending their Christmas money though. The guy, the server's like, we didn't expect this at all. I was like, really? The week after Christmas, you didn't expect people to be at Disney Springs?
But I feel like things have been kind of thrown off. I feel like Christmas Day, Christmas Eve, it was cold, but normally those days are so jam-packed at Disney, and they were not. But I think because it was cold, it wasn't jam-packed. So I don't think that people thought, okay, after the cold's over, people are gonna, you know, come back. And that's what happened. I think they thought, oh, it's just gonna be light during Christmas this year. So they didn't prepare.
Yeah.
But, so service was not ideal. Very slow. It was strange because our table seating got delayed. So we went shopping.
Half an hour.
Yeah, we went shopping. I mean, this stuff happens. Not typically at Disney for us because we always have reservations, but it happens. So we got seated, our server took our appetizer order, and looking back, he was like, well, I'll take your meal order in a little bit. I think that he was trying to give the kitchen an opportunity to catch up by doing that, and like have us kind of wait a little bit longer because the kitchen was behind. But we got our first round of appetizers extremely quickly. So I was like, oh, okay, they just were waiting to seat us. Then our pizza came. We got a pizza for an appetizer, and that took significantly longer. And then our meal took significantly longer. So I think normally Phil and I can probably finish a sit-down meal from like the first time we sit to get up in about 45 minutes. And this was like at least an hour and a half. So, which is a little abnormal for us. So first thing we got was, what did we get?
Oh, we got bruschetta.
What did we get before that though? There was something different. Oh, the tuna tower.
Tuna tartare.
Yes. So the tuna tartare was very good. I enjoyed it. Very fresh tuna. I would say like a decent portion, maybe like slightly larger than most. Just slightly.
It was average.
Size-wise, no, I thought it was slightly larger. They only gave us 2 chips though. I was a little disappointed. I wanted a couple more toasted chips. They
were wontons.
Wontons. Toasted wontons. I wanted a couple more of... I wanted a couple more toasted wontons. Oh, okay. I wanted a couple more wontons. I'm messing up the wonton thing. But yeah, it was good flavor. It had avocado on top. Light, fresh, delicious tuna tartare. Next thing we got was the bruschetta, which was recommended by our server. I'm so glad that he recommended it because I really enjoyed it. It was a nice toasted bread with fresh mozzarella, extremely fresh. The tomatoes were perfectly ripened. It had an olive oil and balsamic, and I think it had a little pesto on it too. I really enjoyed the bruschetta.
The balsamic that they put on there is 24 years old.
Yeah.
At least that's what they told us. It probably came out of a freaking Publix bottle, but whatever.
No, it was an excellent appetizer. So those 2 appetizers were excellent. Then like I said, a little bit later, a pizza came out. Pizza was good.
Pizza was delicious. Don't even.
Okay.
Pizza was delicious. We got the mushroom pizza and we added on sausage, and the sausage was flavorful. The mushrooms were big chunks that were nice and tender and perfectly cooked. The crust was cooked perfectly and the crust tasted good. The cheese was delicious. Everything about it was good. It was a good pizza.
Okay, it was a good pizza. I would give it a solid like 8 out of 10. Then significantly later, our meals came, and I got what my server recommended was the pork. So normally I would never ever get pork, but Phil got it the night before at the Wave and it was excellent. So I got my guard down because the pork at the Wave was excellent. The server is raving about how the pork is the best thing on the menu.
He did preface it though by saying he is, because of his religion, is not allowed to eat pork, but he thinks it's phenomenal, which we should have known. This man knows nothing about pork, and we should not take pork recommendations.
That's true. That was my mistake. The pork wasn't, it was slightly dry.
Slightly?
Well,
listen, I left that, like, let's talk about this for a second. I left that restaurant hungry. We spent a fortune, and I left hungry, and there were 2 giant pieces of pork left on her plate that I did not eat. I am just like a food processor. I will eat basically anything that tastes decent or is cooked properly. I'll give it a shot, and I always finish her food that she doesn't eat typically, which is why, you know, I look how I look. I wanted nothing to do with this pork. That's how bad it was.
It wasn't inedible. It was just, they gave me a lot of it, first of all. So if you like pork and you're not too picky about how it's cooked, this might be a great option for you because it was
you don't care about food or how it tastes.
It was a very large serving. I will say that. So I wasn't really hungry for more, and I wasn't gonna like push through because it wasn't all that great. It came with like raisins that you know, helps a little bit with some of the flavoring. I didn't think there was enough sauce or anything with it. It needed more to the dish because it was basically just like pork on a plate, which is a little slightly disappointing. However, Phil got this pasta dish, and I thought your pasta dish was excellent.
It was good. So I got the tagliatelle, which had Maryland blue crab, lump crab pieces in it, and it had some corkscrew shrimp, which are basically just sushi shrimp that they bake in a corkscrew shape. It was topped. It had a garlic wine sauce. It was topped in spicy breadcrumbs. It was very, very, very good.
Yes. So
a big portion too.
Yeah, nice portion. So overall, like, one dish I would say of everything that we had was not great, but I think maybe the bigger disappointment was how expensive the meal was. Yeah. I didn't think it was maybe like a high level restaurant experience. Like, the types of food we were getting were like,
yeah, the drinks,
what we would normally get.
The drinks were way overpriced. I got an old fashioned. It was $20. Was not worth $20.
Yeah, everything was like, we spent just as much there as we did at Topolino's, and I would consider Topolino's like a little bit higher end. This is maybe
a little bit.
Yeah, I would like I dressed up to go to. All right, camera died. Just to wrap it up, meal was good, but not worth the price, I don't think. So I don't know that we'll be going back to Wolfgang Puck, but maybe there are options on the menu that look friendly for your price range for dining out at maybe a not super fancy restaurant. So check out their menu and see. Like, other than the pork, everything was really good. It was just the price that deterred us. We're not afraid to spend money on dinner, but I think for the experience that we received at this restaurant, I think it is priced too high. Because this price point was like the same as like a Topolino's. And Topolino's is a little bit higher end of a restaurant. Probably would have spent the same at like a California Grill or a Narcoossee's, and those are just nicer restaurants. This is, to me, like a restaurant you walk in, you're going to Disney Springs and you want something better than Chicken Guy, and it was just as much as those other restaurants. And other than that, guys, I hope that you have a great rest of your day. Peace, love, and Kwaherini.